Our rishis who were scientists in themselves, they are being treated as icons of what? Spiritualism and regional and religion. Why can't a person sitting in a temple have a scientific temperament? It is just because a person sitting in that church was not having a scientific temperament then in 1534. The King of England used to burn people at stakes because you cannot read the Bible in English language. It has to be read only in Latin. And that was heresy. Just come and see in India in 1534 how advanced we were. In the 12th century, a Maharashtrian saint like Gyaneshwar, at the age of 16, he is writing a critique on Bhagavad Gita in Prakrit Maharashtri. And what is he giving the name of that book? Bhavartha Deepika. Bhava Adhika Artha Adhika Deepika. Enlightenment to understand the meaning of the Bhagavata, but understanding it within the Bhava. The Western world, colonial world, wants to understand everything classified, categorized, only with understanding the meaning. The Indian mindset does not fulfill its intellectual hunger and thirst without understanding the bhava behind it, without understanding the emotion behind it. What is more important for us? The emotion is more important. And if the emotion goes with a scientific temperament, then it becomes a collective effort. That is what we have to tell the world. That is what is the pride of India. That each and every saint, whether it be the Bhakti movement saint, the Alvar or the Nainar, or whether it be the Akka Mahadevi cult, or Tukaram or Gyaneshwar or Tulsidas, or over there sitting Ravidas, Man changa to katoti mein Ganga. He says, if my man is pure, then I don't have to go to the banks of the Ganga. My Ganga is here in my hands. So, these people in the medieval times, they are not interested only in preaching spiritualism. This is creation of dynamism within the society. We are not going to understand our own history within your classification of ancient, medieval, modern, because you want to understand us that the Vedic age or the ancient Indian history is about the Hindus, the medieval Indian history is about the Muslims, and the modern Indian history is all about the Christians. No, we don't want to restrict ourselves to understand ourselves with these kinds of nomenclatures of religion. Our minds are not small like yours to understand it in those realms of religion. We are global citizens. Gyaneshwar says, Ata Vishwat Kame Deve, Yene Vagyajne Toshave, Toshoni Mazadyave Pasayadan. जो जे खळांची व्यंकटी सांडो तया सत्कर्मी रथिवाडो मैत्र जीवांच विश्वस्व धर्मे सूर्य पाव. Maharashtri Prakrit, he is praying to the world. It's a prayer to the world that everything within the world, all the species live together in harmony. And he says to the natural forces that you provide everything in abundance and give us the strength to perform our karma with our conscience. And that let me see everything within an equal spirit. If you are saying that this is what is happening in medieval, and you compare this with the medieval anywhere in the world, then you will be able to understand this kind of unconscious and scientific temperament. But this kind of unconscious and scientific temperament is not a part of the university syllabus. Once we talk about all these things within the university syllabus, then they say that you want to teach religion. No, this is not part of religion. And is not religion a part of human life? Is religion something which is to be ignored? When the religion in itself is all about rationality, is all about conscience, is all about advancement, is all about creating a scientific temperament, then why should it be ignored? The history of the Christian missionaries in India. I am nothing against any religion. I am fine with all religions. I got educated in a Christian missionary Jesuit school, St. Xavier's High School, Kolhapur. My father used to take me to all gurudwaras and all masjids, and he made me to understand how syncretic is the Indian culture. But at the same time, he also made me to understand to take pride in what I am, what is my past, and how I have been created, and that my sense, conscience, and my religion has taught me for the betterment of the world, and I should take pride in it. So if you are not going to represent your history, which talks about the pride of India, then nobody is going to respect you. That is for sure. You cannot ignore and gloss over your past. If you are going to gloss over your past, then you will never have a future and you will never have a past. That is for sure. And hence it is the right time for us to go back and see what we are, check out our roots, and talk about how significantly we have contributed at all levels. ICHR has also taken up one huge project on rewriting history, the comprehensive history of India. The first volume, the 11 volumes which came out by R.C. Mujumdar under the Bharati Vidya Bhavan series, they talk about the political orientations, about all dynasties. Take the instance of Kerala. Kerala's medieval period has a full stop either at 1102 or 1124. Where is this medieval Kerala in the syllabus across the universities? Nowhere. Very systematically, it becomes the regional history of Kerala. Very systematically. It is not the national history or the mainstream history of India. It is a component only the people in Kerala should understand. I should not understand anything about Kerala. I don't have the right. The fundamental right of education is given to me by the constitution, but understanding about medieval Kerala is not in the syllabus. At the university level, neither it is there in the NCERT textbooks. The national history of India for medieval India will be understanding the great Mughals, understanding the Sultans, understanding India through the Persian sources. Why? The question is why. As a historian, the question for an historian is always why, when, where, what, how. So if I am going to apply my mind, why, when, where, how, are those people sitting over there on those high chairs, professors like me, going to tell young scholars, please shut up, don't utter a word. Is this the way? Is this the way we do Shastrartha in India? Our tradition is about Shastrartha. It talks about having a Purva Paksha and a Uttar Paksha. It talks about a Shastrartha, a continuous dialogue, not a debate. But our history textbooks and our history syllabus is full about debates in Indian history. And the debate is whether the Mughal state was a gunpowder state, whether the South Indian states were segmentary states, whether the Mughal state was a theocratic state. And then there are so many books which are being given as reference books by our great academicians, and they will not talk about anything about the merchant guilds of medieval Kerala who were participating in world economy activity. And within that economy there was a pan-Indian approach. That Shivaji is not a regional Maratha king to Maharashtra, but Shivaji inspired through the length and breadth of India. That he was the last of the Persian sovereign kings to challenge the two civilizations which visited India at a very later stage from the 12th century onwards. People of the book, Ahle Kitab. And where is the history between 8th century to 1400? Where are the Kadambas? Where are the Cheras? Where are the Pallavas and the Pandyas and the Yadavas and the Hoysalas and the Kaktiyas? They never had any scientific temperament. They never patronized anything. Somebody from some other universe came and constructed the medieval magnificent temples like Kailash and Jagannath Puri. And all of a sudden, these temples, magnificent temples, which were not only places of worship, but which were places of discourse, which acted as granaries, which acted as banks, are being ridiculed upon. Go to any temple. I don't know whether your parents take you to a place within a temple where there is the yantra of the temple. Whether you have been made to understand what is a yantra, what is a mantra, and what is a tantra. The yantra, tantra, and mantra. Hey, what are you talking? You are talking about religion. What has yantra, tantra, and mantra to do with religion? It has to do with science, technology. The yantra tells how this temple is being built. It's there within the temple. Go to any temple, it is there. That is the foundational architecture of that temple. And what is the significance and uniqueness of that temple? And why that temple is being built over there? And try to understand the strategic location of that temple when you try to understand the town. and then you will come to know. Then you will be able to figure it out, what exactly the temple meant to each and every person. Now you will come with a pertinent question. When I talk about self-food, time hai na? Huh? I can talk. आप अगर बोर हो जाते हैं, हाथ ऊपर कर देना, हाथ ऊपर करेंगे, मैं बंद हो जाऊंगा, ठीक है? हाँ? If you have any, I hope you understand Hindi as well as English, right? Huh? See now I am talking in English. How the colonial mindset has made me a slave